Good morning. So I am off to Alvechurch on the May Bank Holiday Monday Open. Be interested to see how it fishes. A few venues have fished like not so well, maybe not to their full capacity, if that's the right word, into news, just because of the weather, because it's gone a little bit cold. The weather has been very good, so I've been told. I've been lucky, I've been out of the country, so on holiday, so happy days. So come back, and unfortunately I didn't bring the weather with me. So yeah, my weekend, so Saturday I fished the Horseshoe Pole Masters and done awful, drew peg 3 on donut, not page 3, peg 3. Don't even know if they do a page 3 anymore. Anyway, moving on. Didn't feel it'd be a great area. In my experience, when it's like almost every peg in, then fish just seem to pull out as it push out. So definitely wasn't advantageous, and really struggled at like full carp for £8. Hey, it is what it is. Just not making any excuses. Peg 3, since it's like a barren bank, I feel like you want a bit of cover catching against that far bank. I know there's fish caught short and stuff, but you know, caught on the 3-foot line, foul hooked a couple, lost them. So a bit annoying really, because some anglers seem to foul hook fish and get them out, and I foul hooked 3, lost all 3, and then I did get broke on one, which I just think just played it maybe a tiny bit too hard. Trying to like push it, knowing I'm behind, thinking, come on, I need like 5-6 more fish. And anyway, it didn't make any difference, so it is what it is. So let's move on to today, because I don't want to go off on a tangent. So today I believe there's going to be 29 booked in, so 15 and 14. I don't know which lake you put 15 on. I guess you put 15 on the canal, and then 14 on Horseshoe, maybe vice versa. Not too worried what lake I'll draw, to be honest. Probably would like to go on canal, just because I've been rubbish. Last couple of years I've fished canal, actually probably since come out of COVID, so probably the last sort of like 3-4 years on canal. I ain't been very good on there, to be honest. When I fished the festivals and fished the pairs match with cams and that, I've just done rubbish, to be honest. I don't know, maybe I'm getting old and fat. It's changed a little bit. Like a lot of it's like, what do you call it, our pellets short, not feeding too much, and just been a little bit patient, and carp probably averaging 4-5 pound. I know there's smaller ones, like yes, I know there's bigger ones, but probably sort of average sort of stamp, I'd say probably 4 or 5 pounds. They're like quite chunky fish. So yeah, that'd be the tactics there, I'd imagine. Be interesting to see how it fishes with 14 or 15 on it. I know Owen Robinson won the match on Thursday with 200 pound. So I think 200 pound would be mega today. I think with 14 or 15 fishing it, the weather's turned, I don't think it'd be massive colossal weights, and I won't edit this video to, you know, so if it is colossal weights, I'll look at page 3 again. And then Horseshoe can be a bit of a moody lake. I mean, obviously paste is such a good method in the summer, but I don't know if it'd be warm enough for paste to work, to be honest. I think you'll soon know when you feed some bait, if you start blowing and kicking up dirt and stuff, because obviously it's a real silty sort of lake, then happy days. But I don't remember like sort of this time last year I caught quite well on worms, just worms in open water, not feeding very much, because if you feed too much you get loads of fish there and it's just absolute carnage. And for the people that know, Horseshoe's a nightmare for foul looking in times, and I think that's why like feeding small amounts of bait, worms slightly over depth, and a big positive rig can be like really good. And then again paste, I don't know, just again a big heavy bait, happy days, just I don't know, just seems to sort them out. Obviously there's loads of other methods that can work, the method feeder, pellet waggler, short pellets, down the edge, but it depends on where you draw. You can't go with Horseshoe, I think you've got to fish to the peg, whereas canal you can sort of like have a sort of like a standard approach, you know, no matter where I draw I'm fishing down the edges on the top kit +1, and then I'm going to fish short and then fish long against the far bank, done. And that's like sort of standardized, if that's such a word. Whereas Horseshoe you can't really do that. You can't go, well, if I draw peg 18, look, fish down to the corner to like 17 to the pallet and empty it if the wind's blowing into it. Well, you wouldn't be able to do that on peg say 5, because you got trees either side of you, and you know you'd be fishing the top kit to the edge. So, and then fish are just normally just too clever, they won't come in. You know, you've sat on top of them, unless it's a red letter day, which I don't think will happen today. So yeah, and again, like, you know, draw peg 10, 28, so 10 and 28, the only pegs you can reach a far bank with a pole. They are absolute mustard pegs normally, especially this time of year. So like if I drew 10 or 28, that would be definitely favourable, because you can reach a far bank with a pole. I think I'd sooner have 10, to be honest. I think 27, 28, 29 sometimes just a little bit penned in, but you know, even I've won off 28 quite a few times, so can't turn around and say, oh yeah, I don't really fancy this is a poor peg. Nah, not at all. Maybe in the heart of winter it can be a bit iffy, you know, when it's really, really cold, but even still then, normally like just dobbing maggots on that far bank and being patient, that's still normally, in my experience, fishing the lake all the time, then I would say that's a good draw, really. I think the only sort of iffy pegs on Horseshoe can be, changes pegging slightly, any, so like 12 on the flower part, so I don't think that's 13 anymore, so 12 on the flower part, and then 15, is it 15? It might change, it might be 14 now, right in the corner, sometimes you just got nowhere to go. So that's the only sort of pegs that can be a little bit iffy. Flower part, 15. I think you just need the wind blowing down into there, to be honest, and if it ends, then you could be in trouble. Yeah, I think I don't need to waffle on, really, to be honest. I'd say that's an alright intro, because normally I don't sort of give intros or shout outs or anything like that. Rigs just all heavy, 018 minimum, 020s. Honestly, I don't mess around. Like on the canal, you catch them barb, or they're not line shy. When they're like Dysons, when they're feeding down the edge, and the same with carp. They're not necessarily Dysons. They can be a little bit more sort of reluctant to feed and can be a bit more coy. But even still, you're not fishing nothing less than 018. So that's it. Music to my ears, really. Fish heavy, catch loads of fish. Hopefully, happy day. Never on time, mate. Nah, always come late. So this is peg 27 on Horseshoe Lake, obviously at Alvechurch. I've never done well at this peg, to be honest. It's favourable, without a doubt. There's a few fishermen in around down the edge, wind's blowing into it, happy days. Water level's down a little bit. I guess because we haven't had much rain and stuff. But as you can see, I haven't fed anywhere else apart from down the edge to begin with. Just toss potted a few pellets, 13 meters, just in open water to give me some options.
took my first cup after about 5 minutes, which didn't feel right. And this is why you want to, everything's just got to be reliable, strong. So strong line, strong pole, strong elastic, not like tight elastic, because the fish are going to kite off quite fast. Because this lake's quite shallow. So if you have real tight elastic and heavy, it's going to end in tears for sure. So it's just pulled out, hasn't broke me. And I haven't big potted it or anything like that because they're there. So I just literally just used a toss pot. So please like and subscribe to my channel. It's free. I don't ask very often for this to happen, but it'd be great if you did. So quite a frustrating match, to be honest. Had a few fish to begin with, and then they just pushed out, which is sometimes notorious on this peg. I've seen other anglers do the same. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I feel if this was midsummer, like July, and the wind was like this, I think them fish would have stayed there. But for whatever reason, they pushed out. Now, I hate blaming plagues, so I'm not gonna. I feel if I'd have been a bit more patient, and definitely would have chucked that method a bit sooner, and just waited and just rotated lines a little bit, but been patient, just rotate it between the method feeder, because you have got a chuck on this peg, which I don't really like, but you have got a chuck, and then whatchamacallit, then down the edge. Nothing seemed to be caught in open water. No, Trevor Chalk caught some fish in open water, some skimmers and the odd carp as well, but peg three's a little bit deeper. I don't think them skimmers are everywhere neither, but hey, maybe I could have caught skimmers in open water, but I didn't really target them. I just went all out carp. My lightest rig was 019 straight through, so didn't mess about, and down the edges like 022, so arguably, was it too heavy? I don't think so. You know what I mean? Then fish come down and feed in that. But it was interesting that a lot of people caught early down the edges, like Colin Muscles next to me. He's caught 3 down his edge on 28, which is not the best of edge peggers, because he's like sandwiched in the middle. And then they've just gone, and the same with mine. So I guess quite a few people would have caught early down the edge, and they just like faded away. I've gone longer, as you can see. Maybe I could have chucked a method to the reeds, but I'm not so sure on that, to be honest. So yeah, reflection. Should have kitted up a method at the beginning. As soon as them fish faded off, should have chucked a method and just plugged away. Because even called it that I thought a low 100 would win it, and obviously don't need that many fish. I've had like 68 pound, which is near on last, but you only need like what, another 6 fish would have made the frame. Because they're all decent stamp. I think I've had 9 carp for £68. So, and a couple of them on the method have been small compared to the ones down the edge, and I hadn't had no massive ones neither. I hadn't had no like 10 pounders or anything. So, framing off this peg was definitely achievable. So, um, lesson learnt maybe. There's all the weights off my lake. So as you can see, it's in black and white, and then there's the top 6 off each lake. Hope you've enjoyed the video. It's a bit short and sweet. I didn't see the point of making it longer and prolong my agony. And I'll catch you very soon.